Hi everyone, it's Sensei Maddy and I'm going to be giving a tutorial on how to use the Roblox Toolbox. As always, the toolbox will work in any template, but I'm going to be using the flat terrain to demonstrate. Usually when you open up a new Roblox project, the toolbox should already be opened. If you can't find it, make sure you go to the top of the screen and select the option called Toolbox. To drag an item out of the toolbox, you just click and hold and then drag it to the position you want it to be. Sometimes the objects in the toolbox don't always go to the exact position you drag your mouse to, so I use Shift when I'm clicking and dragging to control that better. And like I talked about in my first Roblox video, you can use the scale tool to increase and decrease the size of objects from the toolbox as well as blocks that you create by dragging these green, red, and blue dots. The rotate tool is used in a similar way in that you can use the blue, green, and red dots to rotate any object from the toolbox around. And then in order to move, you would select the move tool and drag the arrows to move the object backwards, forwards, left, right, and up and down. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys the difference between a certified object in the toolbox and an uncertified object. I'm going to use a pretty popular character that people like to use in their games. It's called the drooling zombie. And as you can see, this zombie has a yellow looking shield sign right next to it, which means that it is created by Roblox. And the objects without the yellow shield are not created by Roblox, but rather other users. But that doesn't mean that they don't work as well. Now I'm going to show a more complex object found in the toolbox, such as a mansion. And as always, there are many different kinds of mansions that all of the users here on Roblox Studio can create and publish to the toolbox. But I'm going to demonstrate with this one right here. And as you can see, it's super complex, and my hope is that you guys will be able to create something similar in the future. If you go into the toolbox, there are a couple of tabs on the top. The first one is called the Marketplace, where you can search for and find any model. The second one is called the Inventory, where you will find the models that you have at the start of an adventure or combat sort of game. And the third tab is the recently used models that you have used in your game. And those three tabs are the most useful for beginners on Roblox Studio. And if you go back to the Marketplace, you can see that there's a drop-down menu when you click on models. Roblox also offers images and audio. And I've only shown you guys objects that you can add, but you can also add people from the toolbox. So if you look up people, there are different characters that you can add into your game, sort of similar to the drooling zombies. They look exactly like the players you see on Roblox normally. And now I'm going to show you a cool object in the toolbox which allows you to change your costume in the middle of a game. It's called a morph. So when you go back to the Marketplace, you look up the name of the costume you want to change to and then the word morph. You drag it out, and I'm going to test it out. Okay, so if I run over here and step on this plate right here, you can see that my costume has changed. And lastly, I'm going to be showing you guys how to change the background of your game through the toolbox. So if you look up the name of the background you want and the word background, you can drag any of the images out and it'll change the background for you just like that. I hope this tutorial helped you guys use the toolbox better and introduce some new tricks, and I will see you all next time.